The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Welcome to a Whale Watch Wednesday, boys and girls, being brought to you by SportTrade. Dave Sharapan, Matt Perrault, early start. We told you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, no show, Friday, early start for us. It is a noon Eastern-ish, 9:30-ish Pacific time here on a Wednesday, live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book and on Twitter, replayed on Sports Grid TV and Sirius XM channel 159. Late night for my co-host. How are you feeling this morning, Dave? Not much sleep for you, given BetBash being in town.
Tired as hell, but I'm good. No, I'm awake. Late night. A lot of people in town this week for this thing that's been put together called BetBash, where people that bet or are in the business of betting and taking bets and doing who knows what are all here in Las Vegas for the next 3 days. Open bar from 7 to 9 at Circuit last night. Tell gamblers that there's an open bar.
Goodbye.
A lot of people show up. A lot of people were partaking in the drinks and saying hello. Yesterday was the greeting to get together. Today, there's a bunch of other things. And we have a meeting today. We have a bunch of discussions to happen. It's good. It's great to visit with people in person, especially people that you know from the socials, you know, the Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to meet people in person, but I was set to over-under at 9.5 last night from I got there at about 7:40 till about 1:30 in the morning.
Damn.
When I left, the last person probably put it over the total that said, "Hey, you're the consig, BVB." Blah, blah. I was like, yeah, hey, you know. So if you're in town this week and you want a hat, one, you got to either reach out via the text line and let me know, and we'll see what we can get done. 702-570-8255. Ask me in person. You sign up for the contest, same thing. Let us know. We can, you know, with the Brigade proxy, because we got meetings. We had a sign up yesterday. All of the above. We will be glad to say hello, touch base. If you want to be a part of the show, just email us at thebvbshow.com. Go there, and it's askthebvb@gmail.com. All of the above. We're talking to everybody, trying to grow this thing, and it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny when I'm walking around. People still think you live in Boston.
Yep.
Because I don't 15 minutes away.
Because I don't do what you do. That's the thing. You love to see people in person. You are our ambassador. You are the mayor. You are the person that loves to shake hands and kiss babies. Sorry, Will, but that just isn't what I do. I don't give a fuck.
Hey!
I just don't.
Get that one right out the way.
Like, that's just me. Like, I am totally fine to go meet people and talk and have conversations. But like, you love to work rooms. Like, you could be a politician. You missed your calling. You could run for office. You may still one day run for office.
I might.
That's just your calling card. Like,
yeah.
I'm the guy that would create the policy that you would go out and shop. Like, that's how we would run. I would create the language in which the way you would present it to the public, in which we would write the bill, and then you would go and sell the bill. Like, that's how we would work with this. And that's just how we are. I'm much better one-on-one. I'm much better on quiet in a smaller circuit, smaller groups. I don't like loud, crazy events. I've gone to plenty of them, and I can, work the room if I need to. I just, on a Tuesday night, you're not going to catch me on the strip at Circa drinking. I don't care if it's free or not. You're just not going to catch me down there.
Yeah.
And you sent me a text, like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm watching a show with my daughter. He's like, okay, stay ready. I'm like, stay ready for what? Like, what am I walking into at 10:30 at night when you're down there on the strip at Circa with a bunch of, literal like people who either want me dead or don't know me and want me dead?
Well, that's the thing that nobody wants you dead. It's very interesting, but some people legitimately think you live in Boston.
Right.
Some people, I mean, there might be a couple that want you dead, but a couple just want to meet you.
Well, and they can today.
We had, like Tommy Lorenzo was there.
I've met Tommy multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people that I would love to see that I will see today or tomorrow. We're going to be down a lot. We've got a meeting. We have 2 meetings today. We have 2 meetings tomorrow. Like, we've got a ton of stuff going on that we're going to be down there at Circa. So I'm assuming I'm going to see everybody that I would like to see. I know there's friends of the show that are here. I mean, obviously Alex Kane. We're going to see Alex today. Alex probably is on the show today, by the way, because late night. It's early start to the show.
Well, he's busy right in the middle right now with some panels and some other stuff.
Yeah. So it's where we are with that.
Try to interrupt him, but we'll see. Did you you emailed him the link?
I did, yeah. But I mean, he wants to jump in, he can jump in on his phone. That's fine. He's got the link. I just said, hey, who's going to hop on? But it's just one of those crazier weeks for us. So we'll do a well watch, kind of our own thing. I do want to implement something here, and we'll bring this back up on Friday of next week on a roll call Friday. But Matt from Washington posts this. Longtime listener, first time comment. I want to try to find a way to
acknowledge that.
Yeah, I want to acknowledge, and I want to elevate that like, if you're a first time person watching this show live and the first time comment, I want to guarantee that your comment gets on the show every time to say, hey, welcome, to encourage you guys to want to be a part of it. And like comes up with this to like have you guys interact. I mean, part of the growth of the show, I think, is about making it as big of a tent and as welcoming of a place as possible. And I think it's a little bit intimidating for anybody to walk into a live stream and you see how ferocious our chat is. I mean, everybody always asks, like, man, you guys have so many people in the chat. We're interacting with each other and talking and offline conversations and Discord conversations that, like, it's kind of like joining a new school. So like, you're walking in and you're the new kid and it's like, hi guys, I'm the new kid. So I want to make it as comfortable and as nice for you who come in. So that's kind of a new thing we'll do, that if you're new and you haven't commented before in the YouTube channel, go ahead and post, right? Matt, new first time caller, Dave, first time listener, whatever. And we'll get you up and we'll have you acknowledge throughout the week, not just on a roll call Friday, but anytime. And then on a whale watch, AOWN, another baby, another hospital, another show with someone's about to welcome in a very cool thing with a baby being born.
I gotta get this. I gotta get this logo put on onesies. Put it on onesies right there.
Like Ohio State does when the kids
we gotta send it. God bless AOWN. I hope everything goes good. Just keep your mouth quiet. Do whatever they say.
Oh, Alex is coming on? He said, give me 5 minutes. Oh, okay. We're gonna get a live
look in from BetBash.
A live BetBash look in from Alex Kane.
Yeah,
that'll be fun. So it's going to happen. So so we hope everything goes well. AOWN, best of luck to you and the missus. Hopefully everything goes smoothly for you guys. We just watch; they do all the work. So props to her. Best of luck to her.
Get down low like a catcher.
No. North of the equator. Stay north of
down south, baby. You only get a chance to see it once. You never unsee it either. Get down there and watch that thing happen. That's life, baby.
No, thank you. I stayed north, and I will stay if we'll never have.
Wear earplugs though. Yeah. It's a lot of noise. It's a lot of
pain. It's a lot of pain.
It's a lot of noise. Man.
Chef Benny, you could never unsee it. I totally agree. Never.
Ever.
I saw the aftermath. I caught my eye and I went, never again. I cannot unsee what I saw. So it's on that. So maybe Alex Kane's going to join us here in a couple of minutes. So let's give you an update on this. Guys, the big BVB Big Ten Survivor for $25K. It's open right now for signups.
Yeah.
The first game is August 28th. The deadline will be August 31st. You're going to log on to splashsports.com/BVB to enter, or go to @Boston versus the book on Twitter X, and there's a direct link to get in. you guys are noticing this, and we clarified this with Splash today. The FCS games are not going to be listed. These are only FBS versus FBS Big Ten games.
Oh, good.
I actually like it.
That's better.
Because you can't just get an easy W.
You can't just get a layup.
Yeah, there's no layups. So if a Big Ten team is playing a FCS 1AA, as it used to be called, but if they're playing that in week 1 or week 2, it cannot be used. So strategically, you need to plan this out. You need to look at the schedule. You need to look at who's playing whom and when. But like Rutgers plays Howard, that game's not listed for week 1.
Perfect.
So you can't use those things.
Be the most used game.
Yes, it makes it way harder, and that's good. I'm glad that it makes it way harder to do it.
I mean, hopefully, like I said, if we fill this thing, it's going to be $25K for the winner. So we want to make it hard. And pause. I just said we want to make it hard, and I know what the chat's going to do with that. Everybody wants to make it hard, so that's fine. But I understand there's been questions, hiccups. It's not legal in my state. What do I do? Find a way to do it if you want to do it. Number 2, they will ask for information to confirm that you are who you say you are. There are KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer, things that companies like Splash Sports have to do to run these contests. It's not personal. They ain't doing nothing with your information. If you want to participate, there's no way around it. It's tough. I understand. You got to take a picture of yourself. You may have to send your license. They ask you for a phone number. Nobody's calling you. Everybody relax. If you don't want to share the information, you can't participate in the contest.
But if you're worried about that, then you haven't signed up for a mobile sports book before, because it's the exact same process.
Yeah.
They ask for your license. They ask for a credit card. They ask for all sorts of information to verify who you are.
And listen, I get it. I'm that guy that's, trying to not give out all my personal information because I don't want to get hacked. I don't want it to get stolen. And I definitely don't want it sold. I'm speaking to you, Game 7 baseball guy, Dave. I ain't selling your stuff. I don't think they are, but that's the rules of the game. So I know, everyone that's, I guess, my age or older, you don't want to do it.
I don't think it's just your age. I think a lot of people have been. I think kids are less likely nowadays to do it too because they've been hacked or they know that the compromising information gets you. I mean, how many times you've gotten those weird text messages from people that you're like, "Wait, what?
Yeah, why is this?"
It's just, who are you? How do you have my number? Why are you saying that? I mean, it happens all the time. You have your stuff be compromised. It's unfortunate. It's the way of the world. But if you haven't signed up for a mobile sports book before, then maybe you're going to be taken aback by what they're asking you. But if you sign up for a mobile sports book in any state, Michigan, Iowa, New Jersey, I mean, these are all states that I've been in that I've been asked some same questions. What's your license? Give me a credit card. Give me your social. So they're going to verify who you are because they want to know who you are. If you don't want to give them that information, I totally understand, but that's part of their license structure. They have no choice.
The thing won't work without it. You can't do it without it. It's the new norm. It's not the greatest. And for a lot of people, it's very intrusive. And I totally understand that. We want to fill this thing with people that are, 1, able to do it, and 2, want to do it. So not telling you to, circumvent things and get around things. Participate if you can. And if you can't, find a way to, go to the Discord, thebvshow.com. There's the logo right there. It's a Big Ten Survivor contest. It's unique. I saw Tilo yesterday, said, fist bump, say hello. He's like, I am so excited for this Big Ten thing. I'm getting 3 entries tomorrow.
Nice.
So he said, are you planning on doing any other conferences? Because I got a Sun Belt guy. And I was like, I don't know.
Sun Belt? Oh, my gosh.
How about that? But don't be surprised to see someone else doing it. And listen, imitation is the greatest form of flattery. It's fine if someone else does another contest that's like this.
Yes.
If no one makes it to the end,
it's whoever lasts the longest. Yes. It's a survivor pool. Whoever survives Punch Drunk wins.
Right.
This thing could be over in week 5. I mean, who knows?
I mean, the goal is always to last a long time, isn't it? Right?
Depends. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes you gotta,
Sometimes just be quick.
Sometimes it's
not in a survivor pool. You want to last a long time.
Sometimes it's advantageous to be quick. Sometimes there's things and places and people. You got to be,
got to be fast. Sometimes
you got to be Rick Pitino. Sometimes
speed is what we need. Speed.
Yeah. Sometimes, it is good to have stamina, but sometimes no. Sometimes, it just depends on moment, time, day, and people who's around. So,
a lot of factors there in that.
A lot of factors. Sometimes there's a lot of factors. Yeah. Broom closet. Wow. All right. There we go. Interesting.
What are you talking about, JPC the fourth? What?
Broom closets. All right. That's kind of tight, isn't it? Jeez. I don't know.
Hey, everybody's been there. If you haven't, you're lying.
True. That's very true. All right. As we wait, Alex Kane, who should be popping in here at some point. What happened last night? The White Sox. Dave's Daily Picks going back and forth with you on Twitter. He called it. White Sox snapped their 21-game losing streak. They beat the A's 5-1 last night. Everyone takes a big exhale in that locker room. They tied the record for the American League. They did not set it. So today, A's, White Sox, Oakland right back to being a 190 favorite tonight.
Yeah, price doesn't change.
I'm just glad who the White Sox are throwing
today.
Yeah.
Let's see. I did not.
We're gonna get eviscerated today. They're throwing an opener who has an ERA. Like every time he's out there, he gives up 3 runs.
Oh, so they're gonna start behind.
Oh, they're gonna get ripped today. This is a blowout.
I'm just happy they won because we talked about the Chicago White Sox more in the past 2 days.
True.
And I was like, this is awesome. I can put this stuff away. I don't have to worry about it anymore. Cannon pitched really well. Fireworks night is going to go off without a hitch on Friday. It'll be great. Go Cubs, go. All of that other stuff. I don't even know if I'll take a peek at this game today. This game got to be an over, though, today, no? Although those day games in Oakland are dead under sometimes. I have no idea. I've been just I saw it last night, and I was like, oh, I'm glad. I'm happy for White Sox. I'm happy for their fans. I'm happy that I'm done talking about them for a couple days.
Pause on the baseball for 1 second. We'll go back to it just 1 second. Breaking news. This is really funny. The NCAA Committee on Infraction has ruled on the case involving Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh. They've issued him a 4-year show cause order and a 1-season suspension to the ex-Wolverines coach. The case is not related to the sign stealing allegations that has gone ongoing, for which the Wolverines are expected to receive a formal notice of allegations soon. Instead, this case involves Michigan and 5 individuals who currently or previously worked for the football program, who earlier reached an agreement with the NCAA enforcement staff on violations concerning both recruitment and coaching activities by non-coaching staff members that occurred within the football program. I mean, the violations is now being penalized for what he had to do with impermissible recruiting and contacts and inducements during the COVID-19 dead period. An NCAA report indicated that Harbaugh's violations are level 2 violations and that his, quote, unethical conduct and failure to cooperate with membership's infraction process rose it to a level 1 violation. The NCAA specifically noted that Harbaugh did false or misleading information. I mean, he's never going to coach in college football again. So who cares? If you're Harbaugh, you're like, oh no, I got suspended by the NCAA for a year. It's just comical.
What? I'm trying to think of the words without completely just having one of those moments. The guy got out of Dodge, obviously took a bag. I want to coach in the pros. Blah, 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 blah.
He just flicked the finger to the NCAA and said, I'm out. Later. Bye. Look, this is only a story of real consequence if the NCAA actually could do something to Harbaugh. He's a coach of the Chargers. Who cares?
Are the people that got cooperated or whatever, are they still? They're not employees.
No, they left until they went and snitched because he was recruiting kids and doing things, and he was coaching, practicing during the COVID dead period. Just was a football coach who wanted to coach. That's just what it was. Yeah, it's Pete Carroll 2.0. Absolutely.
Exactly the same.
Yeah, exactly the same. All right, I don't want to keep our guest waiting because he's
here?
He has a very busy schedule.
I thought that was breaking news. Alex was here.
Alex is here. There's so much going on. There's so many things we got to get to. It's been a very busy night for a lot of people. Well, hold on. Let me do this and do that and do that. Alex Kane, Whale Watch Wednesday. What's going on? I got the shirt today. No hat, but I got the shirt on today.
No, got the shirt as well.
Nice. We're matching. How is Vegas? And what time did you go to bed last night?
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Why do you have the coolest hats in the game? Like, where did you get that hat you were just wearing, the LA upside down? Like, where are you doing this, dude?
I can take you there.
He's a merch guy.
I can take you there. I got guys everywhere, Alex. You know, you're my guy in Philly. I walked on a street corner and you walked out of some building, and now we're doing Whale Watcher Wednesday every Wednesday. You're here at BetBash walking around in an Iowa Hawkeye t-shirt last night. I'm like, where's the big kid with the red hair? Where is he? And you turn the corner and I'm like, there he is. What the hell's going on? What do you like? Just to give the people who don't know what BetBash is, explain to them what you're doing, what Prime Sports is doing along with you in SportTrade. Like, I mean, your name is everywhere. It's great to see. I love it.
This is the fourth rendition. It's the third one in Vegas. It is put on 100% by Spanky and his folks. And it's just a meetup for bettors, all skill levels, beginner, intermediate, pro, expert. And then, like, there's people here that when, like, Spanky sees them, he gives them such a bear hug, and I go to like Anthony or David and go, that guy must be like the greatest bookmaker on earth. Like, I don't even know who these people are. So there's definitely like, levels to it all, but it's a bunch of networking. There's seminars today. There's seminars tomorrow. There's a scavenger hunt throughout the show. There was golf, which we sponsored yesterday. We had a great time. Shout out to Jack Larkin, who, probably played on his own ball yesterday pretty much. He's incredible. He almost made a hole-in-one, Dave, on the first shot of the tournament. Almost went in. We'll be here till Saturday. There's gonna be some more Hall of Fame induction stuff. There's gonna be a VIP dinner on Friday night for the ceremony and all that sort of stuff. I'm just here to learn. I'm here to talk to players. We're launching in Arizona, hopefully very soon.
Oh.
That's huge news. We're trying to spread that around, and we're just probably about 5 or 6 of us here, and we're starting the good word.
Before we get to the Arizona news, and that's very exciting. I was so excited to meet Jack. I turned the corner, and he walked right. He was standing right in front of me. And he looks at me, and I go, "Are you Jack Larkin? Are you the golfer?" And he turned to me, and he looked, and he went, "Wait, you're Dave?" And I'm like, "Yes." I said, "How'd you shoot?" He's like, "Pretty good." It wasn't bad, huh? The kid can still, I was trying to congratulate him on the golf, but I said, how was the golf outing? I saw you guys put something on every cart. I saw SportTrade golf balls all over the place. Not bad, right? It was a good outing.
Back on the way back from Valley High, which is Billy Walters' place. It's a good friend of Spanky now, so that's how that hookup happened. And we've sort of rode back from Valley High back to Circa. Shout out to Circa. They're putting this whole thing on. That's where this thing is hosted. I have not seen Jeff Benson yet. He's here. I will find him, I think. And just got to talk with Spanky about how, the amount of support they're getting, like just relative, Dave, to last year. Like, think about how many more people are here this year. I thought last year was a big inflection point for them.
Yeah.
And I think I just headed down there now. Like, we've got a table set up. We're right next to the Prime guys. Shout out to them.
Perfect.
Like, there are so many people here, which is awesome. And the legitimacy, there's regulators here. There's legislators here. There's going to be seminars about banking and gambling, tax and gambling, gambling in the law, sports betting partnerships 101, account longevity. Shout out to Elihu. I just saw Elihu. I said, Elihu, I got to go. I'm talking to Dave. I'm talking to Matt. And I had to, work with the Circle Wi-Fi to get on this call. So sorry that I was late. But, there's a lot of exciting things happening here at BetBash.
For those of you who are watching, Dave, I'm in the big box for us, but I'm not in the big box on the broadcast. I don't know what's going on. So on the actual stream, Alex is in the big box. I'm in the big box for us for whatever reason, because that was very strange. Someone said, put him in the big box. And I went, he is in the big box. And I went and looked at it on Twitter, and Alex wasn't in the big box. So he is now, even though it looks funky to me and you on our back end. It is correct on the broadcast. All right. So let's talk about the news of Arizona here, Alex, because this is big for Vegas. This is a 25-minute drive from my house to the dam, go over the Hoover Dam. I've done this before with other books, and now I get to do it at SportTrade. This has to be super exciting. I know Phoenix is a top 10 market. The state's huge, but it's got to be kind of fun that you're only a 20-minute drive from Vegas, is it not?
It's a lot of fun. We like to break a lot of news with you guys. This is not at all breaking news, but for the first time ever, SportTrade is going to start to do billboards. We will have, for the next 5 months, in Atlantic City and out of Atlantic City on the expressway. Get ready for this, Dave. This is the billboard. Expressway to -104 lines. If that perfect. Works, I want to bring that right on the road from Henderson to the Hoover Dam and get those guys to saying, hey, 25 minutes away from -104 lines, right? Because we're trying to, right, we're being very targeted about who we want to get first and then slowly moving across the spectrum. And so those are the players that give us a lot of volume. And so just this week, it's been awesome to see guys of like, hey, I saw a guy in the weight room yesterday. He's like, I'm a huge fan. Like, there's a lot more people that say, like, how can I? And I always say to them, like, hey, everyone's going to tell you your baby's cute. Let's skip all that. That's very kind of you. What can we do to improve? What's the one thing we can do right now to make this app better? Extending hours. That was a big point of feedback. That's going to be done in September. That's one. Android, that will be in all markets, hopefully starting in September. More states, we're working on that September, October. Let's see what we can do. More liquidity. Right now for MLB, we're up to, like, at the game time yesterday, we're getting to $20,000 limits at an 8-cent line. You've never seen that in the world. 8-cent line that includes commission, $20,000 limits. Trying to slowly and surely move our way till football season. Player props, another huge request. The player props on SportTrade for NFL are going to be bonkers. So we're working with these folks, and I think they like to just be heard of, like, wow, okay, you actually thought that was a good idea and you're going to do it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I can't create any volume for SportTrade. I can't use it. So my ideas are sort of worthless. What's your idea? So that's been an awesome sort of output from this week of, like, guys saying, I like it. I'm like, yes, but give me the thing, and trying to react to that and put that into the app.
It's great because you listen. Now, it always has to come with the caveat, thank you. We'll see what we can do. It's not always we're going to do it, because people are asking questions and making requests of things that you just can't do right away. There's a process. We were just talking about our Big Ten contest and how KYC is a process. There are things that you have to do as a book to gain a customer. It's not personal. We're not picking on anybody, but I don't know if you've heard, there's been some big news in the industry about the DraftKings surcharge and other books going, oh, interesting, like P-Rolt likes to do. Sometimes he leans back and he goes, interesting. And meanwhile, there's a bubble going on that I know what it says most of the time. A lot of people don't. I'm interested to see what your bubble's saying, Alex. When you saw and heard that, would you go, boy, this is a really good idea. SportTrade should do this too. We'll jump right in with DraftKings. We'll put a surcharge on the bets. Or are you thinking differently, sir?
It's an interesting and compelling topic that I don't know if I'm yet ready to speak. Like, I'm still learning. I'm still getting to understand what customers are thinking.
Yep.
I think open questions include, is a state going to say, okay, you're charging the surcharge and that surcharge is not subject to gross gaming revenue tax? That's a huge reason why DraftKings is footing this in New York as a surcharge, right? They could say, well, we're going to jack our lines from -10 to -15. Well, hold on a second. They have to pay the whole 51% of that elevation. By saying we're kind of keeping it at -110. And then we're going to jack it to effectively for you, the customer, -115, but I don't pay tax on that delta now. It's a precisely the reason they're doing it. So it's going to be interesting to see which states go along with that. And if we're all texting each other at SportTrade saying, why don't we make our VIG 0, make the whole thing surcharge and pay no tax? Which, by the way, we've thought about before, right? Like, why don't we create something that's like a subscript, like you pay $100 a month, and your first $100 of commission that you pay in SportTrade, which is always baked into the price anyhow, you get back. And it's just sort of rearranging deck chairs. And I think it's like, how hard do you want to push regulators? For us, it's like looking at those states, Pennsylvania being an example. That's a state we really want to get into. We can't do it at 36%. And I don't think I want to do the surcharge thing either, because at the end of the day, it's an all-in price for the customer, Dave. As you know, you can say, I'm charging you this. Like when you look at Airbnb, it doesn't matter what was the cleaning fee, what was the resort fee, what was the tax. You're looking at what is it going to cost me to do this trip? That's what you care about. And as a sports bettor, you're going to say, what is the cost of this sports bet? You might say it's -10, but you make it -115. They're going to care about what's the end result. And for us, like, that's not our business model. And so, yeah, I think it highlights the difficulty of taxing sports betting at a 40% rate. It was never meant, like take Nevada, 6.75%. That started what should have been the baseline. Some states 10, some states 15. Once you go above that, you're sort of messing with what makes sports betting. And so, yeah, I still want to learn and try to formulate an opinion on this, but it's definitely a hot topic.
Alex, in terms of drawing a line of distinction between SportTrade and what other, and yeah, you guys don't care what other properties do, other entities do. You guys are going to worry about yourselves, but not just DraftKings, but other books are doing other things, either with price or with other types of ways to generate revenue. Does it help you guys when these topics are in the space, when we're having these conversations about what a tax rate should be and what books should be offering?
I think there are operators out there that may want to score a cheap one, right? Bet Rivers saying, well, we care about the customer, so we don't do this. Hold on, Bet Rivers. You jack up, you have -117 lines in New York. So I think the customer we care about is a very honest customer. The customer can smell BS from a mile away. And so you'll never see SportTrade attack someone like DraftKings for making this decision, right? Where everyone's in their own little glass house. And DraftKings is very easy to say, last time I checked, you ain't in any of these states. So your opinion doesn't matter. And they'd be right about that. So we have to be very thoughtful about how we try to leverage this, because for right now, maybe Illinois to Iowa, right? We have some Illinois players that come to Iowa. Maybe New York to New Jersey. We have some New York players that come to New Jersey. And maybe on a one-on-one basis, that makes it a bit easier for us to retain and attract those customers. But going out on Twitter and firing a shot across the bow, it would be like if a little tugboat flew a pea shooter at like the USS Indianapolis. Like, what are we doing here? Right. So like we're sort of like really self-aware of like, we know our place, we're very small. Let's get in a couple more states, put one foot in front of the other. And if we keep customers happy, then one day, 3 years from now, we may have a voice that allows us to sort of, be part of that larger national conversation. But we sort of recognize, like, what is a line? You're 5 foot nothing, 100 and nothing. Like, that's the realist take
there
that
we
we
go.
have to have, right? So
I think the content space is the same. And I think, this show, we're doing the same thing. Like, we don't need to take a shot at anybody else to elevate ourselves. We're trying to build what we're doing. We're focused on what we're doing, and we're trying to, build like-minded partnerships and grow together. Because I told someone last night who asked me specifically about you and SportTrade, and they said, well, are they going to do this on Wednesdays? This is great. We love hearing from Alex and blah, 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 blah. They're going to do this the rest of the season. I said, we're working on some things. Yes. But my favorite thing in the answer is they're taking the bets. If somebody wants to deposit $50,000 and wants to fire, you're looking to figure out a way to let them fire and make bets. If you know what your core business is in this space, sports books, content, sweepstakes, all this other stuff, be In-N-Out Burger. Do it great, and people will come. Right, Alex? Like, I know I want to get to what your plans are for football specifically, as far as what people could expect to see on the tape or on the betting menus. And I know you're not going to divulge anything until it's time and it's ready. But what are you most excited about for the football?
Agree, and I am a huge supporter of your show. I think we are supporting this. We're doing this through at the end of 24 with you guys, so that's already solved. Which we're really excited about. We're really excited about football season. We've got some ideas, and we'll see if you guys like the ideas. For football season, is like, okay, so we launched SportTrade, and I had this idea. I was like, we're going to introduce this like 0 to 100 trading thing, and like, oh, there's so many advantages. There's price and liquidity, great, but you can trade in and out. And then what I realized is like too much too soon, and the market was very clear about that. Too much too soon, so we've pulled it back. Right now, if the audience right now types in SportTrade on Google and presses enter, you go to our new website. It's totally new, and it's very clear. Stellar prices, big bets. That's what we're about right now. I think what we're looking forward to in football season is starting to step forward from that slowly and say, look, pregame, yeah, -04, awesome. You're gonna love that. It's so much more, and you got to sprinkle it out slowly so the person doesn't get overwhelmed.
Right.
I think the next thing we're going to start to focus on is some of these shops offer -05 lines, right, pregame.
Mm-hmm.
Really differentiates is once you go in play, almost every shop across the world, regulated, non-regulated, is offering -115, -115. And on SportTrade, in the ninth inning, a 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, you 15-cent line on an MLB game with no delay. And I think that's the next step of like, we're not there yet, but I think finding the right ways to educate players of like, hey, if you do care about price and you're here, great. We cut the vig in half for in-game. It's just as big, if not bigger. And that's across the board, spreads, money line, total, whatever it is. And so we're going to try to figure out a way of how do we walk this forward in a way where we don't overwhelm, because we have not saturated our brand at all. And every time folks tune into the show, there's a new person tuning in right now who goes, who the hell is this red-haired guy? What's this SportTrade thing? And we can't go too fast. So they're going to be like, I'm done. I don't get it. And so that's the fun yin and yang of this whole thing. And like working with you guys has been awesome, because you guys are the BS detector, and you sort of filter out like, Alex, too much too soon. Here's what we should do. And so I have some ideas for the fall as to really make this come alive. But yeah, that's all going to be pursuant to getting through the BS detector for you guys of like, look, Alex, too much too soon. So that's what I'm really looking for.
I can't wait for lunch today. I can't wait. You got me. My mind's racing right now. I said, I'm going to tell them this. I'm going to tell them this. We're going to do this. Football season. Boom, 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 boom. You're cutting the vig in half. I used to do this myself at TG. I used to take, when I was doing the in-game, I could see everybody's prices. And I'm like, if anyone else is in this town, I have the best price on both sides. And guys would come in. They knew what bets they could get. They would fire. If we didn't move it, bet it again. You're creating a business. This is very exciting to hear. Go ahead, Matt. I'm sorry. I just had.
All right. No, it's super cool. It's really fun. And I kind of along the same lines about growing the business and about what we're seeing. We've talked about baseball liquidity. I love following the automated app or Twitter account you guys have for the SportTrade app, because you guys have this whale-watch tracker, which posts bets of a certain size when they come in. And watching baseball, it feels like you guys are getting more individual game action, not just future wagers, but there's $4,000, $5,000 bets on baseball coming through consistently. Are you seeing more action on baseball?
We are working. The unique thing about SportTrade is we work with, which we make compete on price. So one trading team might say, I'm 0606 on this game. And the other trading team might say, I'm 0404. Well, guess what? As a customer, you're going to see 0404. There's this invisible competitive element happening behind the scenes. And I think what's really cool is we plugged one new trading sort of licensed trading team in New Jersey. This week they went to Colorado. Our volume in Colorado went up. Next week, hopefully they're going to be in Iowa. At launch, hopefully they're going to be there in Arizona. We expect they will be. And just to see that uptick of like customer, like it's just right. It sort of makes sense. Like if you may go indeed in the state of Colorado from not having the best price to now adding this new trading team having the best price. And for the types of customers that use SportTrade, That's life or death, black and white, yes or no. It's as simple as that.
It's the only thing they're looking at, Alex, is the price. The customers you want are looking at one thing. They don't care about the logo, although that is a cool logo. They don't care about the user interface. They don't care about none of it. They want to know what the best price is. That's awesome. Last one for me, because I know you're busy and you got people to talk to, things to see. I'll see you in a couple hours for lunch and all that other stuff. But are you okay? Like the Phillies, since your diatribe and rant and everything last week, the Phillies won last night against the Dodgers. The sky is not falling. Everything's okay. Do you feel better about your Philadelphia Phillies a week later?
I think August is a perfect, late July, early August, perfectly acceptable time to slump.
Right. Of course. Right now, when no one's paying attention.
They're in a slump.
Yes.
And we all agree that they're better than what they're playing. And I expect and hope that slump will end at some point, and we will make the playoffs. And guess what? Game one of the playoffs, nothing matters. It doesn't matter what your record is.
Fair.
It doesn't matter. So that's.
I'm just going to put this out here. I was going to save this for lunch, but I'll let you stew on it for a little bit until I get down there. The Philadelphia Phillies are playing at the Arizona Diamondbacks for 4-game series starting on Thursday. So if you want to shoot down and just check, see if geolocation works, making a business trip, we can go all the way down to Phoenix. I got a guy we could talk to about a box. There's good seats available.
Oh, yeah.
We could go see the Phillies play on the road. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just letting you know. That's
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Guys, go and download the tape right now. The iOS device is available. It's coming to Android very, very soon on SportTrade, the real time. Go check it out right now and download the SportTrade app for the tape. Dave and I check it out every Wednesday as we will watch with Alex, who's been kind enough to join us here on a very, very busy day. Alex, look to see you here in a couple of hours. Thank you for the time today. Appreciate you getting up to do this. It's a busy day, busy week for you here in Vegas, but thank you for joining us. We'll see you in a couple hours at lunch. That is Alex Kane joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. I don't know what was going on with that. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen where it's been, I was in the big box. We saw Alex in the big box, but the broadcast had me in the big box. So I apologize for that, guys. That was not, someone said put Alex in the big box, and that was not my intention to do that, was to have him be, have me in the big box and Alex.
It was weird because it moved once and then you moved it back.
Well, I kept on trying to figure out. Yeah, because I was experimenting during the. I was like, okay, I was watching it on Twitter, and I was like, if I put me in the big box, Alex goes in the big box. So I don't know what was going on. It was all kind of wonky. But while we were talking to Alex, you're going to want to hear this, Dave. Got some pretty big news.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh Steelers verbal agreement with wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk. How much money are you guys paying him, do you think? He said no to $30 million a year from the Patriots. And then the Patriots walked because they offered $30 million a year for 4 years to Aiyuk. He went, I don't know. And the Patriots went, you don't know? Good, we're out. And the Patriots pulled out because they were like, we don't want to play around with someone who's going to think twice about $30 million a year. He's making 14 this year, wants the extension, wants more money. But this is pretty big for the Steelers. And I mean, who's playing quarterback for you guys?
Justin Fields. I told you this months ago when he signed him.
If that's the case, why is Justin Fields playing Thursday?
He's going to be the starter.
You wouldn't, on game one, you wouldn't start him. QB1's Russell.
What are you talking about? It's a complete change. I need all the reps I can get. I need the guy to play. Like, I don't need you to play the whole game. But get out there with the first team, run the first series, run the second series, play the first quarter. Who cares? We need to play now when the games don't matter.
That's the second. It's 3 preseason games. The second preseason game is what the dress rehearsal is supposed to be.
I need all the preseason games. If I am a legitimate shot to start over with a pieces around me and the window closing every day on the defensive team being as good as it is, and TJ Watt being, one step closer to retirement. I got 2 guys that ain't never played one down on this team, and they're going to be the leader. Get out there and play. Russ can't because of his calf or whatever the injury is. So, yeah, who's going to play? Like, I'm good with it.
Do you think that's the excuse to start Justin Fields, that Russ got hurt during training camp? So we're going with the healthier of the two options?
Man, I don't know, and I don't care. The stuff that comes out in these quotes and all this other stuff. I mean, I tweeted, I forget his name, Daniel Valente put something out yesterday. Monday, the Patriots and the Browns are deciding. Brandon Ayuk's deciding. Monday night, no, Steelers are out. Tuesday, Steelers are back in.
They brought them because he said no to both teams. The reason why
I don't even know if there was a real offer.
Oh, no, there was 100%. Patriots had a real offer. Patriots made a real offer on him, and they pulled out. Patriots are the ones, they told Aiyuk no. He was taking too long. And they're like, we're done. Yeah. We're walking from you. Yeah. And then Cleveland, I don't know what happened with Cleveland. Either the offer wasn't good enough, or where he was, or Cleveland just said, we're not going to do it either. But the Steelers supposedly have to put a first-round pick involved in this. You go with a first-round pick going for Aiyuk?
I don't care.
Really?
Whatever they do, they're going to do anyway. Why does my opinion matter? I don't.
If your opinion
my
doesn't
draft
matter,
pick. I'm not part of the team. I don't care.
If your opinion doesn't matter, we should stop doing the show right now, because the whole point of the show is to have your opinion on topics.
My opinion lies on the games and the teams. And
right, but you're talking about the games and the teams. Those are all affected by what you give up and what you pay Brandon Aiyuk.
No, it's not. That's neither one of those things affects the lines or the games.
How does that not affect the lines when talking about talent value going forward? It's not affecting the lines on game one this year, but I would argue that Aiyuk being a part of the team in game one does give them a better chance of winning. So it may affect the money line price.
Wide receiver slash type running back guy is going to affect the lines. It's not affecting anything.
On a money line price, it should. I mean, in game number one for you guys, I think it would come into play. I mean, you're playing a pretty tough team on the road against Atlanta. So game
there's
one,
not one number that's going to change if he signed. If it's announced during the show, there's not one number that's going to change.
Money line won't change at all. I'm not talking about the number, like the spread. I'm talking about money line. Money line's not changing at all,
unless somebody bets it.
Yeah, I think it does. It factors my win total for them. It factors my price to go ahead and win the division. It's a big deal for me with that offense, because you need it. Your offense needs it. Okay. George Pickens is way too inconsistent for my liking. You've got Van Jefferson, who is okay. Pat Freiermuth. I mean, you guys need this. You need a number one. You really don't have a number one. So you get Aiyuk. He's a number one. Justin Fields and Brandon Aiyuk, maybe they click. Maybe there's all sorts of different cool things you guys can do. Don't know what Arthur Smith's going to do with him, but he had Cordell Patterson. You've got 4 ex-Falcons on that team. So they're going to run the ball a lot, and Aiyuk was really good at being sort of a slash wide receiver running back type of situation. Yeah. So I like him on the Steelers a lot. I just need to know who the quarterback's going to be, like who's playing quarterback, because I still think Russ, when healthy, is going to be the starting quarterback, because if he's not, you got a big malcontent on your hands in that locker room, and that's going to be a big problem. Artie's just going to make him block.
It's not even funny. It's not even funny, Claire Chick.
I'll admit, Arthur Smith being the OC is interesting. I mean, him choosing to go to the Steelers is interesting. And I think reading what I'm reading from San Francisco people, the Niners are like, just go. Like the Niners just want him to leave. Like they're now like, hey, whatever gets you off our books, we're good. Like we want that $14 million back. We don't want to have to pay you. So go ahead. Go do whatever you got to go ahead and do, which would concern me. And there's a lot of people in New England that think the Patriots dodged a major bullet by giving a wide receiver $120 million.
Nothing. It doesn't make sense
for a team that's not going to be good. It has a bunch of young, talented guys. Right. So why shoot that high?
Ironically, I said that to you yesterday or Monday. Like, there made no sense in them getting him. And you were like,
I think
I'm good with it. I'm this. I like it. Going to help a young quarterback, blah, 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 blah.
Because I think they can turn around fast, but this is where the team is telling everybody, no, we're not.
Right.
We're not turning it around fast.
Correct.
And we're not putting fast forward to the rebuild. And this is why what Aiyuk would do is he'd push fast forward to the rebuild, but it also would sink $30 million of the cap space to a wideout, which is not always the smartest move with a young football team that needs a lot of things.
I'm going to guess, based on the Steelers' track record, that they're not paying him that either.
Which would be wild, because then the Niners are going to laugh their asses off. They're going to be rolling around if that's the case, because they won. because they're going to get the Patriots were offering the 36th pick, second round pick, top of the draft, top of the second round pick, plus Kendrick Bourne. So what's going back from the Steelers' perspective? What are they giving up to get him? Because it's not going to be for free. So you're going to give up a second round pick minimum for him and something else. What is the other something else? We'll find out. Who is it? What player do they want off the Steelers roster that would make the Niners happy? Might be Jalen Warren. I mean, I'm trying to think who they would want off that roster that would make them go, okay, yeah, we'll take a second round pick and this player and we're good. Given what the Patriots and Browns, it was Amari Cooper in a second round pick. It was Kendrick Bourne in a second round pick. So it's player, second round pick. Who will it be? And then what's the contract on the other side? How much the Steelers are going to pay him long term? But I like him in Pittsburgh. I just wonder what's the cost and what's the overall investment that Pittsburgh's got to make.
I don't know. The quarterback thing has to be solved.
Yes, I agree.
And again, I don't know who's creating what market, and the player's not going to play, and I'm in San Francisco. I got a limited window. I got to go get the money while I can. I understand all of that from the player's side, and I understand the team saying, "We're keep him, just keep him. We're not paying you. We're not trading for him. This is what we're offering. Do you want it or not? We're not upping the deal. Otherwise,
the Patriots and Browns pulling out both causes a problem for the Niners and for Aiyuk for that matter. He may just take it just because get me out of here. I don't want to be here. They don't want me. I don't want to be here. Get me out of here. And going to Pittsburgh's a pretty good place, because the funny thing about all of it is that you go around and look at the numbers and you look at the play and the team and the coaches and whatnot. Like Stefanski's kind of in the middle. You have a brand new coach in New England. You've got a coach in Pittsburgh who may not be there after this season. So there's a lot of this is not a great selection for a guy who to go join a team, because if you listen to guys like Rainmaker Lou, who's in the chat, he can't stand your coach. He wants him gone now. So he wants
Lou's
a big
in the
change.
Crucible. People have been bad mouthing Tomlin at home for years.
They want him out, and I think they have a shot. If he goes under 500, 8.5, they're our team of the day today. We'll get to the Steelers in a second, but if they go under 500, I think Lou's going to get his way. I think they'll make a change.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not worried about making a change yet. I'm worried about trying to decide which quarterback's going to play and seeing it.
Right.
I'm not even afraid to admit I'm going to watch a little of that game.
Of course you are.
Because
you should watch a lot of that,
especially if he plays.
He's both of them. Oh, if Aiyuk plays?
If Fields plays.
Oh, he's starting. They announced it today.
I know, but you got to play. As soon as he goes out, I'm not watching it.
Oh, okay. So
I want to see
a bunch of snaps,
what it looks like, because there's guys that I know that are at practice. They're like, he's starting. They're texting me. Like, Fields is going to start. He's getting all the reps. With the first team.
He should start, but that's because Russ is hurt, though.
I understand, but when you get the reps in practice now,
you play.
You hand the team to the guy that isn't getting the reps. Everybody on the team goes, why is this guy in here? We all want this guy in here. And then the locker room goes kaboom, and you have nothing but, sorry, Will, shitstorm. No, we don't need more of that.
Fair. So we'll watch that for you guys.
Go win a game in Atlanta week 1.
We'll have the Steelers on our team of the day here for Circus Sports in a second. What's the worst way to lose a no-hitter? Because Framber gave up a 2-run jack with 26 outs last night.
He hung that ball. That was that epitome of a cement mixer. It was going up there like this, so slow.
Corey didn't miss it.
When you see the replay of Seager's eyes, he recognized curveball out of the hand and went, his eyes got so big, and he hit it, and Framber knew it was gone as soon as it was hit and was like, I don't believe this. I just
shutout gone. No hitter gone. He got the win 4-2.
He didn't even get the complete game. They had to go get him and said, Hater, we'll finish this for you.
Yep.
And it was like, man, did that really happen? We were on the air, and then I got off the air and I went down there, but no one down there was really talking about baseball or watching baseball. So I saw it on the screen. I didn't realize it was a no-hitter.
Yeah.
8 2/3 sucks. Okay, but losing a no-hitter, who was the guy that lost it for Detroit on a bad umpire call? Do you remember
Armando Galarraga.
That's that 100%. JR33312. Johnny, good to see you in the chat. Great minds think alike. That is the worst way, if you're asking
For
me.
those kids who don't remember, it was a bad call at first base. Call the guy safe when he was out.
The umpire's name was Joyce. The last name.
Jim Joyce.
Jim Joyce, was that his first name? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a play at first, ground ball to Miguel Cabrera, flipped it to Galarraga. It was bang, bang at first, and it was bang, bang out.
Jim Effin
Joyce. Sorry, Detroit people. I'm sorry. This is. I mean, that was for a baseball fan. That was a tough one because that kid pitches ass off, and he goes like this, safe, and it looked like. I mean, he was going to ring him up, and then he went safe.
Yep.
And everybody in the ballpark. I mean, I even think the runner was like, "Oh, you didn't just call me safe, did you?" Oh, it was brutal. That's the worst way to lose.
Yeah, it was a perfect game, right? It wasn't just a no-hitter. It was a perfect game he blew, right?
Oh,
it was more than just a no-hitter. It was a perfect game. That's why it got like, that was a perfect game that Galarraga was trying for.
Good job. Thank you, Onler.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I see you and Flip working the Twitter too. Thank you for, continuing to support the show and us and all that other stuff.
We were talking about this, so I'll ask you about this just to bring it up. But surprised that Canada got bounced by France yesterday in the Olympics? Weren't they
only because of the number? They were the second choice.
Yeah, they were the team that was supposed to contend with USA. Canada was supposed to be a big deal. Like it was supposed to be.
Believe me, yeah, we had Cam on yesterday in the last segment of the show, and he was like, Dave, every team that I root for just can't win. The Canadian guys he was pretty down for a second.
He says no. Merges wasn't surprised that Canada got beat.
I mean, there was a play was on a move, was on a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And France being the home country, home team.
But they look like dog crap at certain parts during this tournament so far. I mean, France is not, they've been up and down. Canada looked pretty good.
Works, right? Like you build up to playing better. Like the USA looked like they were going to win every game by 100.
Right.
The two games
they've covered once.
They finally covered a gigantic number. My surprise, not really. They were 7.5, 8-point favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is anybody surprised that was watching?
I mean, I was surprised that Canada lost to France. Yeah, I thought France would get bounced. And now France in a semifinal game against Germany is going to be awesome. But I think Germany kills them.
4-point spread. I think Germany's a side in that too.
Yeah,
but
so I think Germany USA has been a collision course the entire tournament with the way that Germany's played here. So, and the Americans probably would be like 16, 17-point favorites in that one. Chuck is
17. There's 17 in the game now, so there'll be a little bit less.
Okay. Yep. Chuck is staying. How do you feel about this? Charles Barkley said, I'm done. I'm retiring. I'm out. I'm not. Check that. Long-term commitment. He's in year 3 of a 10-year contract with TNT. And even without Warner Brothers and TNT having the NBA after this season, Chuck's going to stay. They're going to do the show. They're going to rebrand it. They're not going to call it Inside the NBA, but they're going to have an NBA pregame show, which I think is brilliant, to be quite honest, because I don't think anybody really cares that they don't have the game. If they like the show, they like the show. They just flip over. I mean, how many times are you watching a pregame show? Like, I think Game Day has proven it. Game Day, the game that comes on after College Game Day on ESPN is always crap. It's never good. It's always crap. It's always a bad game. Like, think about it. It's always crap. That game, that college game that hits at 12 o'clock Eastern time is always garbage. That's why Herb Street can get on a plane and go fly somewhere to go watch a game that's going to be good. So I think if I'm TNT, I'm doing exactly what Game Day is doing. I'm going to go on the road. I'm going to go to different places. I'm going to have my show. and then let the crowd go and do whatever you want to go ahead and do. Like, go watch some other game. That's fine. Let someone else have it. Like, go to the streaming service. I want to watch Charles and Kenny, and I want to watch the fun. I wouldn't kill the pregame show at all. I'd keep it going, and I'd go on the road, and I'd go all over the NBA.
I think the value of all of it is the post-game show.
That too.
I
That's
love
watching
them after the games when there's nothing else going on. And they have my full undivided attention for 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it is, with all the Shaq and the Fool and the fun jokes and laughs. How many times have you heard me say in the past 2.5 years, we have to just keep doing the show?
Right.
They're just going to keep doing the show. The games come and go. The
Right.
games have a very short shelf life. Okay? Set it for years. The post-game show, them is the best. Us doing the show is the most important thing. I mean, and again, I don't mean to just compare that. We're not inside the NBA on TNT with Charles Barkley, me and you. But we have some value to people. When we're on, we can move the start time of the show. People will come.
Mm-hmm.
We do it late. We go on the road. I love this. I saw this and I went, this is fantastic. And I've told the story on here. The one night that I spent with Charles Barkley at a joint in Scottsdale, Arizona in 1999, I think it was, or 2000.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't have been nicer.
Mm-hmm.
He hung out with us for like an hour, hanging out, having drinks, telling stories, holding court. And I was like, this is Charles Barkley. There was no cell phones with cameras. I have pictures that we took.
Actual pictures.
Like, I love him. I don't like him. I love him. Stay. Do what you want. He's older. You think Charles gives a shit about, are they going to make him do Impractical Jokers and all that other stuff on TNT? Are they going to make him do stuff?
I don't know. Maybe. They're probably paying him more money, but I'm glad that the show's not ending. Yeah. Wildly approachable in that area. Yeah.
Oh,
he
man.
is. Yeah. I've shook his hand numerous times and hung out with him in media events and hear him. He loves holding court.
Oh,
he loves holding court. He loves having the semicircle people around him. He just loves telling stories and being the loudest guy in the room. Like, he's just, yeah. So, here we are with that. Circa Sports, pro football team of the day. Right back to the Steelers here. You guys who are in town for BetBash, you know all this already, but you guys can go sign up for the Circa Million and Circa Survivor right now. $16 million available in prizes, 2 ways to win. It is a $10 million guarantee for Circa Survivor, $6 million for Circa Million. That's 5 games against the spread versus picking one winner. If you guys are coming to town, you need a room offer, 25% off for one entry, or you can go all the way up to the 3-night stay at Circa Sports at Circa for 15 entries, 10 in Survivor and 5 in Circa Million. You guys can jump in on that. Email Circa Sports, info@Circa Sports to get more information on that. It is time to talk about your Pittsburgh Steelers. Number 13, win total 8.5. Everyone's on the over except the juices to the under. Dave, how do you feel about your team keeping the streak alive?
How juiced is the under?
145. Let me see. It was pretty
on this uncertainty in the quarterback position, and it makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, they're betting on the under. Win total for the Pittsburgh Steelers at FanDuel is under -150.
Number's 8. I mean, if we get on the advisory board for SportTrade, I'm going to tell them, just move the damn number. And it won't be a discussion. Like, they'll do it. Like, the 8.5 under -150 is like an FU. You want to bet under? Go ahead.
Here is
who
your
the
schedule.
quarterback is. Neither do we.
Great
Go
bye
ahead.
week. Great bye week in week 9. Right where you want it.
Yeah.
Double road game to open, though. Atlanta, Denver. 1-1.
It better be. If this is 0-2, it's trouble. Got to win one of those games.
Chargers at home.
I don't know. I feel so uncertain about all of this because I don't know who the quarterback is. How can we come up with a plan for a season win number today, me and you? 1-2 to this point.
Colts on the road.
Oh, this is terrible. Hold on. I'm going to give you the point spreads of this.
Okay.
As we pull this up,
They got to be a small dog.
Dare I say
Atlanta.
1-3? I mean,
small
my
dog in
Pittsburgh
Atlanta.
guys
They got to be
don't get
favored
that.
at Denver, right?
They're going to be their dogs at Atlanta. They'll probably pick them at. Hold on, let me find this. All right, Pittsburgh, 2.5-point dog at Atlanta, 3-point favorite at Denver,
Wow.
2.5 favorite at home against the Chargers.
What's the Colts?
1-point dog.
Interesting.
So
Dallas
2-2 by favorite.
Okay.
Thing.
Dallas at home.
2.5-point
Sunday night football.
2.5-point dog.
At home?
2.5-point dog. Dallas is power rated very high. I don't get it.
Raiders on the road.
Yeah, they're coming here. Everybody's coming here.
Yep.
It's a regular afternoon game because it was Sunday night last time. I mean, it's a pick 'em. I'd say they lose that game.
All right. Both New York teams back-to-back at home, including a Monday nighter.
They're not losing to both of them. I can tell you that right now.
Agreed.
Sunday at home against the Jets and Monday. Wait a second. Prime time.
Uh-huh.
We got to play.
Sunday, Monday.
Yeah, but Sunday night prime time and then Monday night prime time.
Uh-huh. What's the record through 8? I have 3-5.
I have 4-4.
Okay. 3-5 and 4-4. Can you get 6 more or 5 more wins after the bye? You open up against Washington. That's a win. On at home against Baltimore.
They'll win one and lose one against the Ravens.
And then you tell me how many games they win. This is the hardest schedule I've seen in the NFL.
This is terrible.
At Cleveland, at Cincinnati, home for Cleveland, at Philly, at Baltimore, home for the Chiefs, home for the Bengals.
Sucks.
How many games are you winning there? Because that's 8
I'm not
games.
winning any because I'm not on the team, but the Steelers might win
2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in that stretch. What? 1, 2, 3, 4,
Dave,
5.
those are all playoff teams. Those are all playoff teams, divisional games and regional rivalry games with in-state and in-region, and then the defending 2-time champs on Netflix.
They're dogs in every game except the home game. It's Cleveland right now as a pick.
On Christmas Day, you guys are playing on Christmas Day against the Chiefs and Taylor Swift on Christmas Day. Good luck.
There's people that I know that are really, they have to change their whole life around to work that game because it's a night game.
No, it's day game. 1 o'clock.
Oh,
1 o'clock. Christmas Day. 1 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, that's why the other guy was mad because they weren't going to be home Christmas morning. They got to get out of there. Listen, I worked Christmas in the book.
God, you guys think 8 and 9? 8 and 9? I don't see 8 wins. I don't.
So the number's 8.5, right?
8.5. Heavy juice on the under.
Legit with that schedule, the way it is, the quarterback situation, as uncertain as it is.
And the world's on the over
for Aiyuk.
I mean, every book is reporting everyone's on the over. They're all taking the plus money. Tomlin. I'm like, that schedule, that team looks cooked with that schedule to me.
Yeah, you got to, first of all, take everything that you hear about what the books and stuff with a grain of salt.
Fair, but I've heard so many people take the over. Bet the streak.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know if you've heard, but Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record. This is not breaking news, but I've heard that once or twice. So people automatically go boom. But
10-7.
Hold on, WV Punch.
Punch Drunk, you're in love.
Hold on. Give the boys and girls the poll over or under. Steelers.
You have to
8.5.
find a better way to phrase that.
Give them the poll. Put them on the poll. Put them in the big box.
Give them the poll.
Give them the poll. Hit them with it. Whatever you got to do. Over or under 8.5. Which way would you bet it right now? You get a free $100 bet.
I'm going to bet it myself with real money.
That you can do and then take and get in the Splash Sports BVB Big Ten poll. You get $100. You're going over or under. I think the peak, if everything as of August, what is it, the 7th today?
Today's
the
7th.
7th. If everything goes right in that division, all that back end of that schedule gauntlet, the peak, if everything goes great, is 10. That's the top. If they go better than 10-7, I don't know what I'll do, but I there ain't no way they're going better than 10-7. I don't think. There's two numbers that beat you at 8.5. There's a lot of numbers that are under that. I love Pittsburgh. It's nighttime in Pittsburgh behind me on my shows. I think it's an underplay. Matty Rafferty, under, and I'll lay the -145. I think they're going to.
Steelers and the Cardinals are the two surprise teams this year. I like the Cardinals. I don't agree with the first one. Okay, good question. What's the record in the division? It's a great question.
Somehow, I mean, they swept the Ravens last year.
And that's why I think the Ravens sweep you this year.
They never sweep. That was such a rarity thing. They'll split.
Payback.
I don't know.
I think you go 0-2 against the Ravens. I think you might go 2-0 against the Browns.
So 3-3. They can't beat the Bengals. There's something going on right now with the Steelers and the Bengals. They just it's going to take. All of this depends on TJ Watt being healthy. 3-3. Johnny Parlay, me and you were on the same page.
I think 3-3 is
they go
the
3-3 in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the road games, non-division road games. Pull that back up. So they're at Atlanta and at Denver. They better win both of those.
At Indy, at Raiders.
At Indy, at Raiders. Okay, so, I mean, they can win 3 of those games.
Fair. And those are the only 3 games I'm giving them.
6. Then they play at Philly and at
Washington. Yeah.
So now if they beat Washington, lose to Philly, that's 7 wins. Now go to the home games, non-division. Chargers can win that. Dallas, they could win that. Now we're at 9. Okay. The Jets, they could win that. 10. And the other home game that's non-division is Kansas City. If they win that.
No, Giants. Jets, Giants, Kansas City.
Yeah. Oh, both the Jets and the Giants are home.
Yeah.
Okay, so they could actually, if in a perfect world, if they win the home games, which Pittsburgh has been known to do, they could get as high as 12. There's no way. They're dogs in all those games. Steelers division wins is 2.5 over even money, under -125.
Oh, I like over 2.5 then. That's a better bet right there. Steelers win 3 games. That's way better than a bet over 8.5. It's a way better bet. Win 3 division games. Just given the way that division goes. Like nobody runs away with that division. No one goes 6-1. No one goes 5-1 or 4-2, really. They beat each other up.
The team that goes 5-1 in that division wins that division.
Of course. I mean, maybe the 1 seed.
If that happens, yes.
It's the 1 seed.
That's the thing you can bet. I don't know. Who do you think wins that division as of today?
Baltimore.
Who do you think is second?
Bengals.
By a clear margin?
Clear margin. And then you guys and the Browns are battling it out. I tend to like you guys more than the Browns. I'm not extremely high on the Browns, but you could be the 4th team in the division.
3 teams from that division make the playoffs, you think?
They have before.
Oh, I know. It very well could happen.
I mean, it comes down to Miami to me as to whether or not Miami actually gets themselves a wild card berth. So You get 2 teams out of the East, 3 teams out of the North, and then 1-1. For that to happen, that's what has to happen to get 3 teams in. But
how are the boys and girls voting this thing?
It's Denver. It's
to the under already.
Just you got to look at the other teams. Like for 3 teams to come out of the North, you got to look at the other teams in the other division. So like Raiders, no. Broncos, no. Chargers, big question mark, right? Patriots, no. I mean, Bills and Miami's yes as a contender for sure. Jets are a question mark. I think they're a contender, but I don't know. We're going to see what happens with old guy at the quarterback spot. If he rips his knee again or his Achilles or something else, it goes for Rodgers and see you later. So,
it's crazy to say, but I think the biggest volatility in the division with the uncertainty of quarterback and then the possibility of adding Aiyuk is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They
100%.
used to be one of the most stable situations with a lot of things. I mean, Roethlisberger was the quarterback forever.
Yep.
Before that, it was just, for years, decade, like it was the same. Everything, we just put a piece here, put a piece here. Tomlin's the same. Everything's the same. There's a lot of uncertainty going into the season right now.
Which is a very strange place to be for Steeler fans. But then again, if you change the head coach next year, oh boy, even more volatility. Brigade Proxy Service Pro Football Story of the Day. You guys have been texting us and seeing us, and we were at the Westgate yesterday seeing our friends.
We did.
Cleveland signed up our first contest member for the Westgate. More to come this week and next week for you guys who want to be in the Westgate. We're talking a lot about Circa because Circa's a huge sponsor of the show, and we love our relationship with them. But just don't sleep on the other contests as well, because look, if I tell you you can 20x your money, you're gonna say no. I know it's not the big flashy million, right? I mean, Circa's got a much bigger prize pool, and there's much more money on the table for Circa, so you can win $200,000 in a quarter and all that stuff. But like the Westgate mini contests aren't bad. I mean, taking down $10,000 is nothing to shake a stick at.
There's 18 weeks in the NFL season. In that contest at the Westgate, there's 3 6-week contests, 6 3-week contests, 2 9-week contests, and 1 full season contest. You get hot for 3 weeks. We told Shrew and Brent yesterday, who are enjoying Reflection Bay this morning. They sent me a picture of the 2 of them.
Oh, nice.
Hanging out at Reflection Bay. They asked us to go play golf. I said, thank you for the invitation. There was only 2 of them, and they wanted the 2 of us to go. I'm like, guys, this is the worst possible week for us to go play golf for 4 hours. We have so much to do.
I'm playing Friday, so
you're playing Friday?
Yeah.
No show. We're off.
We have no show Friday.
That's right. Yeah, we're off.
Yeah,
that's good. You should play golf.
Ross and TJ. I have 3 friends who are TJ. My other friend TJ, my Omaha friend TJ, but Ross is from Omaha, is in town. So Thursday night, I'm going out with them on Thursday night. Friday, we're playing golf at Cascada. It's gonna get a little loopy.
That's awesome. That's good.
Yeah, I haven't played golf and seen Ross in 5 years. So I'm excited.
You're gonna be in no condition.
Oh, I'm gonna be a mess.
Saturday.
It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun.
But yeah, so we couldn't go join them, but we told them and we met them and Brent and the Shrew. It was a great visit, and we talked about the business, we talked about everything, but we talked about the contest and talked football. Should have asked the Cleveland guys what they thought about the Steelers.
Right. Or even the Browns too. So
Browns. Come on.
Who's TJ Fisk? One snap Bonvy. What's TJ Swift? Which one?
TJ and the Bear. No, that was a TV show.
TJ.
That was a TV show.
No, but that was JR asking that. But one snap it says, "What's his Twitter handle?" And I don't know which TJ we're talking about.
Oh! It's at TJ like 77945.
Oh, that TJ
with us in Chicago.
Chicago TJ.
Chicago
Yeah. TJ and Cecilia's handle. Oh, sorry, I don't know. Yeah, it's a long handle. If you search my follower list, I follow him, so you can search that. But that might take you some time to do that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of numbers. It's TJ done something other.
We'll find it for you, Bonvy. Yeah. We'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Addison just checked in. One of our wrenches. Hello.
It was actually called DJ and the Bear.
Down $18 on video poker. Send money.
Wait. Oh, he's trying to send him a link. He's trying to link up with him. Okay, well, we'll take care of you on Snap. We'll pay matchmaker. It was called BJ. Hey, Todd. It was called BJ and the Bear.
BJ and the Bear. Hello, Bravo Camp. Nice hat.
Was
nice
there really
hat.
a show called
Boy,
BJ
you
and
and the kid
Bear?
look great. That's awesome.
But there really was a show called BJ and the Bear. Okay,
Yes.
sure. Is Aiyuk going to be a Steeler? Yes or no?
What do you think?
Yes.
Do you really?
There's nowhere else to go. Yes. If not, he's not going anywhere. He's staying in San Francisco, and he's going to be a disgruntled wideout for an entire year.
That's what I think all of this is going to end up.
Okay, fine on that.
More of a chance to stay than to go.
Do you think we should be playing baseball in NASCAR stadiums?
What the?
Because we're going to. Bristol Motor Speedway will host a 2025 Major League Baseball regular season game next year between the Braves and the Reds.
What?
This is true.
This is true.
It's not a fake story. This is true.
Where's the Bristol Motor Speedway?
In between Bristol, Bristol, Tennessee, and Bristol, Virginia. It's a town that goes across 2 states.
Have you been there?
To Bristol, been through it. Never actually been to an event there, but I've driven past it. Yes, I know where it is.
Okay.
There is no reason to play a baseball game in this thing.
Okay.
None. None. There is absolutely no reason to play baseball in this. You're going to have to. It's going to be so weird. It's going to be so strange. The sight lines, the backdrop, all of it is going to be awkward.
So I'm going to just ask this question and rely on the chat here for anybody that's been to Bristol, because we have a couple guys that are NASCAR guys, and we have one resident F1 expert, Addison, our wrench.
See, Mikey's been to a dirt race there.
Okay. So Mikey can attest. Are there a lot of Braves and Reds fans in between there that are going to go?
You can drive. Cincinnati's not that bad. You can make that drive 100%.
So I'm going to go to Bristol, Tennessee to watch a game at a NASCAR track.
Yeah.
Instead of just going to the Great American Ballpark where it's a baseball stadium and I can actually see something.
Yes.
Do you know how far away you are at the Bristol track?
Wait. You can make the same case for the Winter Classic. You went up to, if you're a Golden Knight fan, your team was in Reno playing hockey in Reno outside. So it's the same. It's just a wonky, weird hook. It's just trying to get people to do something different. See that there's a lot of, I agree. There's a lot of Braves fans in Tennessee. Yeah. There's a lot of Braves fans in that part of the country.
Okay.
But I just can't believe that they're doing it at Bristol. I think this is such a bad idea.
This is that really sloped track, right?
Correct. One of. Yeah. It's a short track. It's just zzz, fly around.
So they're going to build a baseball
stadium inside of it.
Full field on the infield of this track?
Correct.
Listen, man.
Oh, see, it's only a 5-hour drive. See, it's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, let's drive 5 hours and watch a baseball game.
Yes. People do it. People drove 6 hours to go to Tahoe to watch the Golden Knights. People will do it.
It's an outdoor game when the games are played inside. It's completely different. It's the same game, but it's completely different.
Yeah.
Baseball is played outside except for a couple domes, and now they're going to play in a bigger outside stadium. I'm just trying to talk myself through this.
It makes no sense. It's a horrible idea. It's an absolutely horrible idea.
I love baseball, and I want to see it grow and continue to be relevant. I don't know. They must have got a good deal. Like, they're going to build a field. And what are the dimensions? Like, they had a game in a cornfields in Iowa.
Which was awesome.
Awesome.
Yes, that's great. At Dyersville, it's incredible. Yes, but I agree, Matt. This is probably the one only time they're going to do this.
I might have to go.
Oh, wow.
I might just have to. I've never been
to Bristol.
Bristol. Yeah, why not? Like, maybe
it's one of the origins of moonshine running in America. It's one of the oldest tracks. It's one of the oldest tracks in all of NASCAR. From the first places they ever went. It's a ton of history. It's One of the original moonshine racing places to run through and try to get away from the cops and run moonshine up and down the South.
Fun fact, completely unrelated to the story from Matt Peralta.
Yeah, it's true.
Moonshine started here.
No, moonshine running.
Running.
Running moonshine.
Running moonshine.
Yeah.
Let's have a baseball game here. Let's bring the Reds and the Braves.
Because that's where NASCAR was, the origin of NASCAR, right?
What?
That's the origin of NASCAR.
Moonshine running?
Correct. They used to soup up their cars to run moonshine up and down the South, and they wanted to see who had the fastest car to make the run the fastest. So that's what started NASCAR. Was let's make our cars faster, and they started to tune up the cars, and then they started running and racing to see who could get there faster, who could outrun the cops. So then they said, look, we got to stop running away from the cops. Let's just run the cars and see who can make the fastest car. That's the origin of NASCAR.
I'm going to be 54 years old on Monday next week. I never heard that story in my life. I love this show.
Gotta run Smokey. Yeah. That's the whole point.
This is great. Like, so there was a real life cannonball run. Like
correct. 100%.
Just let's get away from the cops.
Moonshine running started NASCAR.
Moonshine running started NASCAR.
Yeah. Dukes of Hazzard. Yep. It was Dukes of Hazzard before Dukes of Hazzard. Absolutely. Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Oh yeah. Was the whole entire thing. And then, they started to say, and that's Bristol, Tennessee is one of the first places with Bristol and Virginia. They would run from Virginia into Tennessee and back and forth. And so they created a track that was in between both states. And that's where the first, and that's why it's a short track, because it's small, because it's a quick little roundabout. They do 200 laps, 300 laps really fast at Bristol.
It's fantastic.
Half-mile track. Short track racing is, if you listen to the experts, short track racing is the real driver type of situation.
This story was originally about baseball. We just did more NASCAR talk than we've done the entire year combined for the last 6 minutes. That was awesome. That was good. That was interesting, different. And if I hear anybody else talking about the origins of NASCAR today on any other shows and content, I'm going to be fucking pissed. Sorry, Will.
Wait.
That was good.
They just unearthed moonshine still underneath the bleachers at Bristol? What? Is that true, Mikey? I believe it 100%. But really? I mean, they used to make moonshine that would make you blind. Like we're talking about straight grain alcohol. Like legit.
Told you my one experience with that.
Ooh. Absolutely true, John Serrett. Wow, that's true.
Wow, look at that. Okay. Thank you, John Serrett. 2 R's, 2 T's.
Wow, how about that?
Roll call Thursday tomorrow, boys and girls.
Yes, roll call Thursday. That's right. All right, Team USA is laying 28.5 against Nigeria in the quarterfinals. You laying that today? Nigeria is bad. They shouldn't be here.
Pause. Hold on.
What?
We laying it? And that's what the graphic says. You're worried about what I'm saying. You put it in words. It's right there for everybody. Are we laying it?
28.5.
This should be we laying minus 28.5. Like, we laying it? Put that on a t-shirt. BVB. We laying it?
Question mark.
This is an uncomfortable lay of the day.
Answer's no. We're not laying it. No. 28.5. No. But I think
wax this thing.
They probably will. Yes.
They won by 50 last time.
The tallest player for Nigeria is 6'2".
That's
bad.
That's not good.
No, with the 2 tallest players, 6'4" and 6'5" for Team USA, this is going to be an absolute blowout. This is a weird story that just because I put it on because it's worth talking about. They canceled the meeting today. They're supposed to have the meeting to set up the meeting to make the books explain why. And I'm not going to drop this, all you people from the MJC who watch the show. I'm going to keep on bringing this up until you guys actually hold this thing, because you keep on letting the books run away from you and you're not going to actually hold this thing. But the media wants you to hold this thing to have a conversation about why are you limiting gamblers. It may happen on the 15th. It may happen on the 23rd. But as of right now, it was supposed to happen today where they would set the agenda for that meeting. And they decided to say, no, we're canceling the meeting. Something's up.
Well, a lot of people that they want to talk to are here for BetBash. They're all. I mean, like if I had a book today, I would open up double limits everywhere else in places because all the sharpest rhombuses, parallelograms, movers, shakers, everybody's out here
Okay.
hanging out. So,
Right.
I saw this on the thing, and I saw it this morning. When I was doing a couple other things, and I was like, man, it's well intentioned. It's going to be hard to get answers. You got to get to the point where you're at least going to have the conversations. You may not get the answers that you want, but you can't. I hope it's just a scheduling snafu, something like that. Reach out to us. Again, I'd love to be on the call. I'd love to offer some sort of advice or answer questions. You can reach me at SportsBK and Sig. Matt is at Sports Talk Matt. The show is at Boston versus the book. I don't know. I what's up? I don't know. I'd rather talk about laying it. Just saying. No,
We'll see. I'm not dropping it. MGC. We're going to watch you and make sure you guys actually follow through with this because I want to see what
you don't. Everyone. I mean, like you don't. I think it's just a pushback, like delay.
Maybe,
or is this like a boy? This is a nothing burger.
No,
it's
the way you push it back, the further back you go, people stop talking about it. People stop paying attention.
Somebody might have been like, hey, you know what? Who really gets limited? Or like, are we talking to 3% of the audience?
You are, but that still doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about it. I mean, you are talking a very small percentage, and that's true. Doesn't mean we marginalize people in history. We don't do that. We talk about everyone. If someone's having a problem with discrimination, there should be a conversation going on. Talk about it. Answer the question. Why are you doing it? Because we know that guys like Spanky and Rufus and the guys who were part of this new initiative, Richard Suits and whatnot, they're not going to let it go. They're going to keep pushing.
I think so.
So, I mean, they started a nonprofit for it. They started a whole organization for it. There's a whole website on it. Better's Voice. So they're not going to drop it. They want
him last night about that.
They want the MGC to keep going. So I don't think they can just ignore it and go, we're done. Not so much. All right, baseball games tonight. King, Gonzalez, Pirates, Padres. You getting nervous about your boys here?
Back to level 500.
Mm-hmm.
These other teams keep winning. It's going to be a really tough one. Amazingly, the price for Dylan Cease was exactly the same as the price for King. Gonzalez is prone to a couple bad innings or a big inning, and I don't feel confident today with the Pirates. Sorry.
Your schedule is getting tough here. I mean, because you played. This is the month because you play Arizona. You lost 2 of 3. You played the Astros. You won 2 of 3. You've lost 2 of 3 to the Diamondbacks again, and now you're looking at you lose today. It'll be 2 of 3 or all 3 to San Diego, and then you go on the road to the Dodgers, to the Padres, home for Seattle, at Texas, home for Cincinnati, home for Cleveland, for Chicago, at Cleveland, at Chicago. That's your next month.
It's make or break time.
Yeah. This is the month. This is if you're a Pirate fan, this is the month.
This could be the next 10 days. Like they got at Dodgers, at San Diego, home for Seattle. If they go 2-8,
could be bye-bye. Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but yeah, we would start to worry about football season.
Right.
I don't want to have to go to just worrying about football season until I have to worry about football season. Let's go.
Fair. Snell off the no-hitter. You fading him?
Yeah, that'll be the automatic play.
But last time against Cease, no-hitter, he pitched great. So you wonder if people are going to have a pause on that going, well, he burned me when I faded Cease last time.
Well, I mean, you have to be okay with taking the Washington Nationals. I mean, that takes a little bit of that couillons down there to go up and say, give me the Nationals today, plus whatever. I could see the fade play against them. Makes perfect sense to me. I think the real play in the game is the over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. 7.5 on that.
Yeah.
Peralta versus the Braves. Sale against the Brewers. Big home favorites for Atlanta.
Dead ass under.
Ooh. Well, the Braves are a dead ass under every game. So it's, I would agree with you.
Well, not yesterday. The Brewers scored 10, smoked them.
10
did
nothing,
that
right?
game real quick yesterday. And I said, Brewers, let's go. Worked out good. My lean is to the Braves with Sale. I feel like the price is very fair today. Oh, wow. No, it's steamed up. It's minus 170. I liked it at minus 150. Yeah. That was
65. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 65 or 70 now.
And then finally, Philip Stone, Dodgers, Phillies again. Good game.
Got a good result yesterday for the Phillies.
Rubber match.
Yeah. When you see Philip Stone, that literally sounds like a law firm. Philip Stone and partner, whatever, associates.
Right.
Automatic thought is over for me. Side. We got full lineups tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plus money. That just again
Phillies
with plus money.
Okay. Wow. Better to book a time, like I mentioned. Nigeria's tallest player is 6'2", over 10.5 rebounds for Asia Wilson today.
You've been hot with this. Bet it.
Jackie Young set a career high for international scoring in her last game. She scored 17. Another ace player to go off. I like Vegas aces in these tournaments. Over 9.5 points for Jackie Young.
Hold on. Let me see. Book it.
Okay. And then finally, I am on the Guardians money line, but they're down 2-0 here to Arizona, fourth inning. So we still have some time here, but I think the Guardians have a shot. I took them on even money. It closed at minus 105.
In game one?
Yes. Game right now.
Oh.
I don't bet the second game of no hitters, of double headers.
Okay. Well,
the first game.
I would have said book this one with Fott pitching against Lively.
Lively's good.
No, I know.
He's good.
I know. I would have said Diamondbacks win this one, lose game 2 is my first thought.
Okay.
Because somehow the Diamondbacks are favored in game 2 right now because of Carrasco.
They were favored in game 1 too.
They went off as the dog, though.
What? Wow, it's a big move. Holy crap.
They went off as the dog.
Okay. Run line A's tonight against the White Sox.
Wow. Run line?
Yeah, they're going to kill him.
You want to punish yourself like that?
Nah, they're going to kill him. They're going to kill him. The A's are, the White Sox are literally punting on this game. They're throwing a dude that's going to go one inning. He should not be in the big league. It's a kid that's pitching for the White Sox tonight. His numbers are atrocious.
Day in Oakland after you break a 21-game losing streak.
Yep. Route.
Let's get out of here and get on the plane. Like this would be one of those ones where, I don't know, if we were in Little League, everybody plays today. Let's get them in. Get them in. Then we got to get on the plane, pack your bags, let's go.
Who has a no-hitter going right now?
Could be Fott, maybe.
Does Fott have a no-hitter going? It's Cleveland?
Wow.
Okay.
JC from KC dropping
4-0 Snakes. Ouch. Yeah. Guardians 47 as playing with fire with the hot snake squad. It's crazy. Guardians are really good. I went back to the well again on that, but we'll see how that whole plays out. But yeah, I think they absolutely kill them on that. Favorite thing about today is what as we wrap here and head on out.
A bunch of people are here visiting with old friends. We're gonna go sit down with the big redheaded kid and the rest of the group. We're going to meet Jack. I met Jack Larkin yesterday. They asked me where I was at the golf tournament. I said, me and Matt were doing the show because this is what we do. We do the show. So favorite thing about today is a lot of in-person discussions with a lot of people, both in the space, out of the space. And I can't wait to see who comes up to you to say hi while we're down there.
I'm excited to go see our friends from SportTrade. That's my favorite thing about today. Lunch today at well, I can't say where we're going, but where we go, we're going to our go-to spot. And there's two things on that menu that I can't stop thinking about constantly. So whenever I have a chance to go eat there, I'm just so excited to go eat at that place. So regardless of who we're with, the company's going to be great, but give me the menu. I cannot wait to eat lunch. coming up here later on today for that. Dave, Matt, Roll Call Thursday is tomorrow, boys and girls. Hope to see you there. If you're watching on the replay on SiriusXM or on SportsGrid or listening on SiriusXM, no difference. Same time to you, but the live show tomorrow, noon Eastern, Roll Call Thursday. See you all tomorrow for a Thursday episode of the Bostonian versus the Book.